Good morning, everybody. Welcome to what is now the first episode, I think, of the I know for sure, because this is the first one I've recorded, of some yet-to-be-titled Across-Town Repertory Theater podcast. I'm joined today by the director of the next show, Jessica Arnold.
Hello.
And so we wanted to talk about the show. So tell me what's coming up. As we're recording this, it's like 2 weeks, right? Till
2 weeks till we open. It's a show. It is an adaptation by Steve Martin, based on Carl Sternheim's play.
Okay, so it's not technically an original piece of his.
It is not.
Okay.
Yeah, it's an adaptation.
Was the original? So keep going. Tell me about the show.
No, keep asking me questions.
You just keep telling me about the show.
I'll just keep going. So the original piece was about more of a couple in bourgeoisie life in Germany in 1910. The adaptation is a little more about. It's more of a sex romp and women and their roles in 1910 and dealing with husbands who are all about duty.
Okay.
And it's just really funny.
So it's a comedy based in 1910 Germany.
No, it's a total drama based on what I just told you.
I hear that. Yeah.
Yeah, total drama.
Written by Steve Martin.
You're gonna cry.
Cry fest.
Yeah. It's wow.
What drew you to this show in particular? Like, why did you be like, this is the one I want to direct? So let's back up for a second. Let's go all the way back to the beginning. Tell me about your birth. No.
I was born in Germany in 1910. I'm a vampire.
Right.
That's what drew me to this piece.
Right. No. So tell me about your history in theater. Like, what got you started in theater?
I don't know. I always wanted to be on the stage, and I had a mother who was always telling me, no, do something that's not artistic. You have to take care of yourself and make a living. And
Sure.
I always went back and forth with what I wanted to do in life, and finally I just decided this is what I want to do, and I've just been doing it ever since, even though I'm a server in a restaurant, and that's what pays the bills.
Yeah.
However, this is my passion.
If only this could pay the bills.
If
right?
only.
Some people make it pay the bills, but
Well, I might have to go back and get my MFA, but
yeah,
you know.
maybe. So why this piece this year? Like, what about this piece?
There's never it's just a gut feeling. If you read a play, it's like, oh, that was good. Oh, yeah, that was funny. I don't know. Gut feeling. That's how I pick a play and submit it.
How did you find the play?
I found it in the library, just like every other plays I find.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. We have a great library here, so that makes a lot of sense.
I found Escape of a Unicorn there and did the world
Nice.
premiere.
That was written by a local artist, wasn't it? Yeah. Sweet. So you found it. You found that in the library?
Yeah.
Awesome.
I find everything in the library. So
That's great.
found it, read it, liked it. It was just something about it called to me, and
Sure.
I listened to those instincts, and we submitted it, and it got chosen, and here we are.
Nice. So here at the Across-Town, because it's a community theater, you submit a play. Like, as a director, you submit a play. So what was that process like? I mean, I don't remember. So when I directed my show here, we took every submission that was there, because I was also on the board of directors. So we got submissions and we took them all. Was it different this year? Was there competition? Did
Yes.
you fight for your spot?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, actually, yeah. With Caroline Salt as the new president, we've...
Who we will have on the podcast at some point.
Yes.
But
we've, from what you understand, we went from like 5-6 productions a year to like 8.
wow.
Or 9. Like, I don't even remember. It's just our turnaround time. It's so short.
Sure.
But we figured we'd need more stuff going on in the space. If we're going
Right.
to keep this going and pay the rent and everything, we just need to keep doing stuff. So, yeah. Granted, I have done a lot this year, but I did submit a lot this year, and I had to fight for all my pieces this year.
Yeah. That's good.
They didn't want to do this one because it was too expensive.
We're sitting outside, by the way, because the only time I could grab Jessica was right before a rehearsal. Her actors are now showing up.
Yay, actors.
and I might grab one of those guys after this to do a pod with too as well. So tell me about like what has been the big challenge of putting this piece on. Like you picked it, you've been through rehearsals, you've done your, you've got 2 weeks left really. Like you're building your set behind us.
Biggest challenges with comedy is your timing.
Yeah.
Getting the actors to pick up the pace, and then especially with the show, since it's a period piece, costumes and set.
Right.
That has been the biggest challenge. Hi. Everything about the show is challenging. Plus, it's Steve Martin, so the pressure is even harder.
Sure. I mean, it's not like a Pulitzer Prize winning, but it is still Steve Martin. It comes with that name, so you better do it right.
I have to bring it or stay home. So it's all been very challenging.
Yeah.
And working on a set, getting the costumes, getting furniture, getting actors.
Right.
The auditions were very hard too.
Were they? Was it hard? How, like, in what way was it hard?
A lot of people showed, and a lot of people fit the kind of archetypes that Steve Martin gave, because they're very much types. And I had to kind of change a little bit what, one person is 42, but I didn't cast a 42-year-old because the 42-year-olds didn't have any chops.
Got it.
So I went with a younger person, and we're just going to age her a little bit. So it was just, I didn't know.
So then makewp becomes an issue that you got to try and figure it out.
And I was like, oh, I could go with this person, but it's not necessarily going to fit. Or I can go with this person who's not going to bring it. So I went with the people who were going to bring it.
Yeah, totally. What's been like the big surprise so far? Like, has there been like an aha moment, or are you still like, because I know you're still kind of thick in the weeds of it right now.
Still picking the weeds. There have been a few aha moments, but I don't want to give those away. Those
sure. Yeah, you got to come see the show.
You got to come see the show.
All right,
so.
I got you.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Fair enough. When do you know like your show is gonna rock? Like, is it when you read the script, or is it when you cast? Is it like not till opening night? I mean, so for me, I mean, just to give like an example, when I directed Hamlet, I knew probably around this time in our rehearsal schedule that like we were really starting to gel it together. It was really starting to come together. And so, 2 weeks out from opening night for us, it was just like, okay, I see where we're like, what it will be. Whereas before that, it was really like, what? Oh my God, it's crazy. Especially as a director, you're trying to hold it all together,
Well, I was in your show too,
I know, yeah.
I understand that. It's hard because it's like a puzzle, and you watch the process, and the process is where the magic happens. The product is like, oh, my baby is grown up. Bye.
Right.
But I feel like each actor has moments. So it's been little moments every rehearsal. But yeah, now that we're 2 weeks away, I'm watching moments connect like a puzzle.
Nice.
And they're not all connected yet, but slowly but surely everyone's trusting each other, and magic is happening. And then I'm like, oh, that didn't work, but that was amazing.
Right,
so
right.
The magic happens every day. It's just in the moments of the process.
So I know, it's a Steve Martin script. How strict are you on exact wordage?
Funny you should say that. Well, what's great about the script is there are little ellipses in it that says, according to the type of the actor, they could say this.
Oh, really?
So there's a little leeway.
Interesting.
So for the most part, I keep drilling the actors. Just keep learning your lines. Like, don't learn them wrong every day. Just keep looking at the words. Some are wrong, but at other times I'm like, ooh, that actually kind of worked. So you added a word. So we'll keep that because it was already said. But I've worked with Chuck. I've directed his plays, and he's an original author. And I know how important it is to keep the script the way it's written.
Sure.
But if Steve Martin already put a little bit of leeway in there, I feel like
he already gives
I could give a little bit too.
Right. I mean, because Steve Martin, as an actor, he did a lot of improvisational work, in his craft. So it would make sense that there would be some improv in his script as well.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
But I'd say 90% script, 10%, not even. 94% script.
Nice.
Not even. I'm trying to keep it at 99, but it's still,
Yeah.
But as long as
So as a director for you, is it more important that what's more important? Is it true to script, or is it what works in a scene? And this is true of I'm asking about like any show that you've done.
I think what's most important is that the story gets told.
Right.
And the actors are connecting and they're responding and they're listening. So if a word does come out wrong, if the story is being told and they're being truthful in the moment, that's okay. It's not perfect, but that's more important than being rote.
Nice.
So it's a little bit of both, but that's more important.
Right. Is getting the story told.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know you've directed a bunch of shows, right? So what's the main difference in this show versus some of the other shows that you've directed?
Well,
like as an artist, we always want to be challenging ourselves. So what's the step up in this show versus some other shows for you?
Comedy is hard. It's very hard.
Yeah.
So I think I like that challenge.
Have you directed comedy in the past?
I have done some. I mean, I just did Chuck's Farce, kind of a farce. That was my last show I did, but I have done comedy. I've always been interested in comedy. We recently have been trying to do an improv troupe, which kind of had to stop for a little while because we're all too busy.
Sure.
But I love comedy. So I think that's the hardest thing. It's not just being in a scene that's funny, but making the entire picture funny and giving the actors leeway to be funny and play and go and say, no, that's not working. Yes, that is working.
Sure.
But comedy is just harder, I think, than anything else. So
I gotcha.
I think that was the challenge. And yeah, Steve Martin, I was just like,
right.
bring it. Let's see what we can do.
Sure.
I'm not going to say it's going to be easy, but yeah.
Right. So the Across Town is a small troupe of people, right? So there's not very many volunteers, and now better than the past. But what roles are you playing aside from director? What other hat are you wearing?
Oh my gosh. What hat am I not wearing? Well, as you can see, I have this lovely bandana on. I'm working on set right now, in fact. So that's a lot of fun. Set, pretty much everything, props.
Do you have
I graciously had some costumes donated from the Hippodrome as well as some set pieces, so that's fantastic.
Excellent.
But there's so many little baby details that every day I'm just like, we still need 10 things.
Yeah.
Then the next day I buy the 10 things, and then we still need 15 more things, So it's just, set, going to Lowe's, buying things. What are we missing? Oh, we still need that costume. So everything. Wearing
all the
what
hats.
The directors do.
Yeah.
I love it, and yet it's so hard. It's the challenge just doing that.
And balancing everything else you have to do in your life to sort of be a person.
Yeah.
Right? Eating and
I know. I don't think I had
bills.
some sunflower seeds today.
You should,
and some energy drinks.
there you
So we're doing really good. But yeah, everything else is just. But it makes me happy. I'm not sitting home like, oh, what am I going to watch on Netflix?
Sure.
I'm doing stuff.
Yeah. So my favorite part of directing a show is the collaborative process that all of it kind of comes together. So, which I would imagine is more challenging when you are doing all the collaboration inside your own head. Is that true? Like you're doing all the costume design and set design.
I'm not doing all the costume design.
Okay.
I do have a costume team. It's just literally thinking what hasn't been done. I do have a great team.
Okay.
And I don't think I could do it on my own.
Perfect.
It's just in my head making sure the whole process is spot on.
Right.
It's a lot, but I do have a great team, and I'm only as good as the team
that absolutely.
I have. So everyone who has collaborated has been great, and everyone just, for the most part, is like, hey, I got this. Can I help with this? Can I help with that? So
very cool. Yeah, it's always good to have a good team behind you.
You gotta.
Yeah.
If you don't have a team, you don't.
Yeah, I've worked on a
can't
few.
do this.
I've worked on a few shows that didn't really have much of a team. That was mostly like the director and maybe a stage manager, and they still managed to pull off a good show. But man, I can't imagine that being Like I can't imagine it. It's just it's insane.
And I have a few devoted actors who I've worked with on numerous shows now. And it's funny, they're like, oh, I feel bad if I get cast in your next show. Like, people are going to think the Across Town doesn't want to cast new actors. And that's not it. It's who do you work well with? Who can I trust?
Yeah.
Who's going to come to my aid when I need it? And those are the people I'm always going to call.
Right.
Always. But yeah, these guys are great. And I hate to say they're at my beck and call. I have to work with their schedules.
Right.
But it's great to be like, help.
Right.
Because you have to ask for help.
Sure.
And that's hard, but you have to. And they show up and they help and they, do it. So that's pretty awesome. I'm very lucky.
How many people are in this cast?
We have 7.
7. Nice. Is it fairly evenly split? I know you talked about it being.
No, there's so many questions about this show that's interesting because it is about a female who is stuck in her rote life and needs adventure, and her underpants happen to fall down in public. Suddenly all these suitors come to rent a room.
Aha.
But what's interesting about the whole thing, and especially the wife's role in 1910, is there's only 2 women in it. And the rest are males. And I'm like, what? And it's always so easy to cast men.
Yeah.
It's hard. I don't know. It's just weird. I'm like, only 2 women?
Yeah, that's strange.
They're like great roles.
Does it pass the what is it, the Bechdel Test? Do you know that? Where two women have to have speaking. Well, they both have speaking roles, I imagine, but they have to speak to each other about something other than a man. Does it pass the test? When was the play?
Yes, on occasion.
Okay, well,
but they do talk about men a lot.
Yeah.
A lot.
Right.
They talk about some household duties and stuff, but pretty much they talk about men a lot.
Yeah. That's a problematic.
It's weird, but
Right.
that's also why I kind of liked it in a way. I like it and I don't, and I like it and I don't. I don't know. I'm like,
Sometimes characters change from the time that you read the character to the time that you start seeing an actor perform a character. Is there a character that has made a dramatic shift that was different than what you had in your mind when you first read the play because of an actor's performance?
I think, there are a few who have some major arcs, but I think everybody's portrayal of their character is way different than what I saw in my head, which is why I cast them, because I knew they would play with it and bring something to the table.
Nice.
So I think everyone's character is a little different than I thought, but it's not a one-man show. It's not me acting every character.
Of course.
So that's why I cast who I cast, because I know they're going to bring something. They're
Right.
not just going to be like, here are my lines. What do you want me to do?
Yeah.
So,
Who is your favorite character in this show? Character, not actor. Let's make sure that that's a clear difference. I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings.
my favorite character is Gertrude.
Yeah. Is there a reason for that?
If I were auditioning for this, I would. I love Gertrude.
Yeah.
Love her. She's just. She has so much fun with her life, and she wants to live through Louise. She wants to help Louise. She's just flamboyant. She's big. She's. For 1910, she's not your typical woman. And I just love her character. She's absolutely wonderful. I do like some of the other characters, but I think that's definitely my favorite.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right. So this show is set in 1910. Are you playing it straight as 1910, or was there ever a consideration of like modernizing costumes and set and all that stuff? Because that would probably make life easier, I imagine.
It would, but I wanted to stick with it because there are themes that I don't think. However, some of the themes are still true even today.
Right.
But there was more of a romantic feel about it being set back then and how people were challenging their roles. So it could work in a different time period. I felt romanticism to it.
Is there music in the show?
There is. I have a sound designer, which I trust inherently. She's never let me down.
Okay.
So this week she's like, I will have all of the music. And I'm
Nice.
like, I'm kind of excited.
Yeah.
But I don't know how she's going to take it or where she's going to go with it.
Is there scripted music? Does he lay out like this song plays now?
No, he does talk about Wagner a lot.
Yeah.
And Lohengrin, and I'm sure Mandy, my sound designer, might put a little of that in there, but I'm kind of excited to see what she also brings to the table, because
nice.
The crew is just as important as the cast.
Yeah, absolutely.
So we'll see what happens in a few days. I might have to be like, tweak it, but for the most part, I know she's going to bring it. So,
right.
Yeah.
That's cool. Yeah, you surround yourself with some really good people. Good deal.
I'm just glad they work with me. They just will continue to work with me. And
right.
That's great. I don't think I could do this, without my team. So
cool. I think every play has this sort of point, or this, like, I don't know, there's like a deep thing in it that makes you think about yourself or learn something new about yourself. Has this play taught you anything other than, like, aside from like the mechanics of putting on the play? Would an audience member come away with something out of this play?
If you are stuck in a very boring situation, drop your underpants down, see what happens. Or make a change.
Right.
Do something.
Okay.
And who knows what's going to happen. Jump. The universe will provide the net. But I think that's what kind of called to me. I was like, yeah. And I'm not going to give away the ending, but...
Well, I wouldn't want you to.
But yeah, it's... I think that's what I kind of took away from it. It's like,
Jump.
People learn. There's so many lessons to learn in this play, and sometimes you need a good friend or a good neighbor to kind of show you the possibilities.
Sure.
And jump,
Nice. Show opens on...
June 3rd. We do have a preview on the 2nd.
Cool.
So I believe it's $5 that Thursday. It is a dress rehearsal.
Okay. Right. So,
but yeah, Friday, June 3rd, we open.
Sweet.
And
tickets are available now. Did they just go on sale today? Is that?
I don't know.
I think
Ask Caroline. She did make a post today, the event, so I'm sure. You can buy
tickets online, crosstown.org.
Mm-hmm.
And you can buy them at the door if they're still available at the door, but hopefully they won't be, because we'll sell them out online, right?
I hope so.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll find out.
Well, thanks for sitting and talking with me.
Yeah.
This was really fun.
Great.